Good morning. I was reading in Psalm 37 this morning, and the first couple of stanzas begin like this. It says, "Fret not, so don't worry," and then it says, "Trust in the Lord," and then it says, "Commit your way to the Lord," and then it says, "Wait on the Lord." And there's a lot of that that's going on right now as we all sort of sit waiting for this to be over. There's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of trusting to be done. But one of the things that I think that many of us are discovering, at least I certainly am, is that waiting and trusting are not passive processes. It's not like sitting in the waiting room at the doctor. Waiting and trusting are active processes. Because it involves constantly doing something with the panic and the worry you feel about the future. That has been and continues to be the most difficult part for me. There are so many things that are unknown. And trusting in the Lord is not something that just happens. Waiting on the Lord, because we are required to wait on the Lord and what He's going to do, is not something that is naturally easy. And so I don't know if you're struggling with that this morning. I did want to tell you two things you can do with that. When you begin to feel sort of the panic and the questions about what's going to happen in the future, how long this is going to last, there are two things that you can do actively with that. Every time that happens, every time you begin to feel that sort of creep up the back of your spine, it is an opportunity to grow in your trust for the Lord. So two things you can do. Number one, you can remember the promises of God. That's what the book of Psalms is for, is to remind us again and again of who the Lord is and what He has promised to do. Psalm 37 is a great place to start. Number one, remember the promises of God. Number two, pray. Praying gives us actively something to do with our panic and fear. Cast your cares on the Lord because He cares for you. So you can actively, every time that happens, thousands of times a day, take it to the Lord immediately. Remember the promises of God, that He does not forsake His people, that He has promised to care for His people even in the darkest night. And then pray and ask the Lord to do that. Ask Him to care for your family, for your church, for your loved ones, for you, for your future. He knows every single day of your life. If you need a song to help you with that, there's one I've been listening to recently called "I Will Trust My Savior Jesus." These are the words: "I will trust my Savior Jesus when the darkest doubts befall. Trust Him when to simply trust Him is the hardest thing of all. I will trust my Savior Jesus, trust Him when my strength is small. For I know the shield of Jesus is the safest place of all." And then there's a prayer in the chorus: "Jesus, only Jesus, help me trust you more and more. Jesus, only Jesus, may my heart be ever yours." The last verse takes us to the gospel like we talked about Sunday. "Oh, on that cross, how it was seen. I can go now, ever trusting in the one who died for me. What could I bring? For your gift is complete. So I trust you, simply trust you, Lord, with every part of me." If you need a song to kind of help you get that pattern, that rhythm of trusting in the promises of God and prayer down into your bones, "I Will Trust My Savior Jesus" is a great one. I'll post the link to it in the description of the video below on YouTube. God bless you. I'm praying for you. Have a great day.